Welcome back on Drive Safe with me, Benjamin Akapo. It's always a pleasure coming to you to talk about how we can stay safe on our roads, and not just safe, but alive as well. We're still here with the CEO of Top Tech Transport and Logistics, Cecil Gabra, and today we continue with part 3 of car tires with a focus on getting the right type of car tire, and we'll also talk about rotation. Do you know that for some car tires, there's a bit about rotation and the particular direction in which they should be going? That means if you fix them the wrong way, you're trying to kill yourself, basically. We'll find out about that, but so you think you know. How about we check out today's road sign and find out how much exactly you do know. So we've seen today's road sign. Do you think you know what it means? Well, we'll find out at the tail end of today's segment. Right now, let's say hello, aloha to Cecil Gabra. Thank you for joining once more.
You're very most welcome, Ben.
Okay.
And
so let's get into it. Car tires is getting more and more interesting, but how do we get the right type of car tire? Tell us about the process to follow.
well, a lot of people just, have been doing that mistake. They'll just say, "Oh, give me rim 17," or they want to fix balloon tires for the vehicle to look good. But it's all wrong. Open your door and get the right information. If it says rim 15 only, it will give you either 175, its width, or give you 185. Stick to it. But if you go and change the rim 15 and say you are going for rim 16, there you have problems, because rim 15 may have 5 spokes, 16 will also have 5 spokes, but the weight of the tire will change the dynamics of the vehicle, which means that your tie rod ends, your steering rack, everything to do with the controls, your ball joints will suffer. Very soon, within every 3 months, you go to your mechanic, "Oh, my ball joint, oh, my steering rack." It is because you have fixed the wrong ties. So stick to the manufacturer's specifications and make sure that you fix the right ties that the manufacturer has said you should fix. For instance, if it's 175, fix 175. Don't fix anything. And you can have that information when you open the driver's side of the door. You have every information. If it is not there, it's in your bonnet or your boot, or just go on the internet and then Google the type of vehicle that you are using, and then voila, you get the information.
Right, and those are the processes to follow. How about for someone who doesn't want to go through all that? Is there a shortcut to getting the right type of car tire? Some person would say, "I'm going to the vulcanizer, and yes, they have new car tires. They say it's size this and rim that, and it fits, so I take it." I mean, for some people who wouldn't want to go through this entire rigorous process, what can they do?
Well, I think it's now time for all of us to learn, because even if you look at the vehicles that are coming, they are digital, they are talking to you and giving you instructions to start your car. So why can't you find out information on your tires? Unfortunately, the local vulcanizer will not have that time, or will not think of research, and there are only few ones that will do the research work and get back to you. But for me, once you are using a vehicle, you must do your own research work and find out, know much about your vehicle, and you can enjoy the smooth driving of your vehicle. So do your research yourself and know what type of tire you must use for your vehicle.
All right. So that is it. You want to stay alive, so ensure you get the right type of tire. But there's also this bit about rotation. Why is it all car tires that have it, and for the car tires that do, what does this really mean, Cecil?
Okay, there are two topics on rotation. The first one is we have rotation ties, right? When you buy the ties, look at the writings, and it will be written boldly, rotation, showing an arrow indicating that when you fix this tie, it must go this direction straight.
So there's an arrow.
There's an arrow, and this is for rotation ties, not all ties. And then the second rotation that I'm going to talk about, it after every 5,000 kilometers of using your vehicle, you need to rotate your ties For instance, there's a diagram which says that if it's a front-wheel drive, take the front tires and then cross it to the rear. And there's also another diagram which will tell you that if you are using a back axle vehicle, you need to remove the back tires and then cross it in front. Whilst you are crossing it, you need to be very careful to find out whether any tie is a rotation tie, and then if it's a rotation tie, the vulcanizer has to remove the tie and then turn it so it goes to that direction.
Hold it right there. When you say cross it, so for example, you have two tires at the rear, one to the left, one to the right. Does it mean that the one to the left will now go forward to the right, and the one on the rear to the right will now go forward to the left? Is that what you mean?
Okay, so now when you look on the diagram here, it tells you what I mean, okay? That rotate your tires after every 5,000 kilometers. And if you are using a front wheel drive, okay, you
so
will
this reflects
see
exactly what I'm talking
precisely.
about. So the two here, this, the right to the rear, will now go left to the front.
Yes.
And this, the left to the rear, will now go front to the right.
Precisely, but you didn't ask of the other tires. And if you look at the arrows, it tells you that the back tires, okay, will go to the front for the rear wheel drive. And then for the front wheel drive, this is the opposite direction.
It's the opposite direction.
Right, and I'll give you the reasons. It's because of power. If you look at the front wheel drive, power is driven from the front, which means that if you remove your foot from either the clutch or you are driving an automatic, you go to drive, it is the front tires that will drive first. It takes the power from there and then directs it to the rear.
Right.
So always within a period of time, you find the front wheel tires, you know, getting bad than the back wheel drive for front wheel vehicles. And it's vice versa for the rear wheel drive.
Right.
So remember, after every 5,000 kilometers or after every 3 months, whichever comes first, you have to change it. And again, the last point, when you are traveling, don't leave your tires alone. Don't park your vehicle and then leave your tires to stand for more than 3 months. You need to elevate your tires so your tires will be so fresh when you come back from travel.
Well, another insightful session right there. We're going to continue with car tires, part 4 of car tires, and we're going to be talking about maintenance and protection as well. Well, today we've learned quite a lot, but let's find out about today's road sign. Do you think you got the answer correct? Here's the answer. And this is how we draw the curtains on another installment of Drive Safe with me, Benjamin Akapu. We're all trying to stay safe. Let's put our hands, let's work hand in glove so that we can all stay alive. Thank you for watching. Let's catch up again on the next segment.